There are moments so small you almost miss them, yet within them lies the turning point of an entire life. Like right now, when your finger hesitates for just a second on the screen, when your breath changes rhythm for no clear reason, and a subtle but undeniable feeling slips quietly into the movements of an ordinary day. That moment is not random. It is a crack in the loop, the place where your energy field temporarily drifts from its old orbit to glimpse a new direction. Everything begins with interruptions like this, tiny pauses that appear meaningless yet signal awakening. The universe does not speak in thunder, it whispers through those small fractures in your routine that you can only sense when your heart has grown quiet enough. The moment you stop is not curiosity, it is recognition, a part deep within you responding to a call. Not a voice in your head, but a vibration from your own energy, something your soul understands long before your mind can explain it. And that exact second when you choose to stay, when you do not scroll away, is when the shift begins. Most people never notice it. They live swept up in the current of endless screens, caught in loops of sound, image, and borrowed emotion. They drift while thinking they are living. They react while thinking they are choosing. But you are different because you stopped. And this pause is not simple. It is the result of synchronicities that have been aligning for a long time. When you stop, your entire nervous system changes frequency. Your breathing slows. Your heartbeat steadies. Delicate electrical signals between your cells reroute, creating a calm you cannot explain. That is not coincidence. It is your physical body responding to a new energetic signal. In that moment, you open an invisible door, a small window through which your consciousness connects with a higher dimension of reality. The strange thing is this process happens for everyone, but transformation only begins when awareness meets recognition. When you realize your stillness has meaning, this signal amplifies. It is like accidentally touching a piano key and the universe responding with a perfect note. Your frequency changes, and with it, the stream of events begins to shift. Each time you stop at the right moment, you are silently telling the quantum field that you are ready, not with words, but with vibration. And the universe always understands energy before it understands speech. You need to understand something. Great changes never arrive with explosions or dazzling light. They begin as whispers, so soft, the mind dismisses them. A deeper breath, a longer silence, a small sense that you should stay, even though you do not know why. Those moments are portals of activation, ways the universe checks if you are truly prepared for your next evolution. There is no teacher, no ritual, no formula, only you. And that moment where consciousness chooses its next direction, that is why you are here. Not by chance, not by an algorithm, but because a part of you sent the signal long before you noticed. Science calls it unconscious decision-making. Before your conscious mind acts, your body and nervous system have already chosen. Your soul knows when it is time, and this moment is that time. You are not here to hear an external message, but to hear your own sound. Again, the one buried under the noise of the world. The ego will resist. It will say you are imagining things, that this is just another piece of content. But the ego is only the guardian of the familiar, afraid of what it cannot predict. It clings to repetition because safety feels like control. The soul is different. The soul seeks interruption because only through interruption can the new enter. When you stop, you break the old pattern, and the space that appears becomes the opening through which miracles slip in. You do not need to understand everything, you just need to allow. The universe tests permission through small moments like this, a tap of hesitation, a quiet sense that something is unfolding. That is not illusion. It is the meeting point of two frequencies. You are standing between what was and what is emerging, and if you simply stay, the new field will begin to merge with you. Understanding is the mind's work, but feeling is the language of the soul. The only thing required is to remain with the feeling, not to run, not to analyze, only to be aware. Every person experiences their own activation, but few remain long enough to feel it fully. They rush back to the familiar, abandoning the signs they once asked for, but you stayed, you listened, and in that silence, a code began to awaken. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it is real. You may feel a light current through your chest, a warm pulse in your stomach, or a strange stillness between sounds. Whatever it is that is the signal, and once you recognize it, the transformation has already begun. You are not learning something new, you are remembering what you once knew. Every soul has crossed this threshold countless times across lifetimes. The difference now is awareness. This time you know you are being called. And when you know you participate consciously in your evolution, this is the first step of sovereignty, when you stop being a passive observer and become a co-creator with the universe. From this moment, everything around you begins to shift, not through fantasy, but through ordered coincidence. Through people, you meet thoughts that flash opportunities that appear at the right second. These are physical proofs that your frequency is moving. And it all began with that simple pause. So do not underestimate what is happening. The strange sensation in your chest is not random. It is the meeting point between the old world and the one unfolding. The more you notice, the stronger it becomes. Breathe deeply, let your body relax, feel the wave expanding from your heart. This is the beginning of your activation sequence, the signal that you are ready to step into a higher reality. And if you stay, if you listen, if you trust, new doors will begin to open in silence. There is a kind of signal that makes your entire body pay attention, even though it carries no sound, like a heartbeat that slips out of rhythm, like a subtle shift that suddenly appears inside the ordinary. That signal is urgency. Not haste, not fear of missing out, but the deep rhythmic calling of energy. When the soul knows that something is about to unfold, it arrives softly, like breath, yet it pulls like gravity, drawing you out of the familiar and into awareness that something significant is present. The universe never speaks in words, it speaks in frequency, and the vibration of urgency is one of the most refined signals of awakening. When you feel it, it is not a command to move, it is an invitation to pause and listen. Urgency is the awareness of the soul, the moment when the energy field around you expands because a new threshold is opening. Many feel it without understanding, calling it anxiety, tension, or premonition, and try to silence it with logic. But in truth, it is the body preparing to receive a new reality. When your frequency begins to rise, every cell vibrates differently. The heartbeat, the breath, the emotions all shift. The body understands before the mind does. That is why urgency is first felt in the physical, not the mental. If you are attentive enough, you will notice that each time your soul is about to change its course, the atmosphere around you changes too. The air thickens, light bends differently, and the smallest movement begins to carry meaning. What seemed random starts aligning in hidden order. Everything outside is only reflecting the signal inside. This feeling of urgency does not come from the material world. It is the meeting point of timelines where the present you starts resonating with the future self that is already ready. Each time you feel it, a doorway opens and time folds itself around that moment. It is the intersection of possibilities where you are invited to choose again. Most people miss this invitation because they mislabel it. They call it fatigue, distraction, or oversensitivity. Yet that sensitivity is the very sense designed to feel higher dimensions of reality. The universe does not send messages in sentences, it sends them in energy, and urgency is one of its first messages. It says that the current is shifting, that if you stay and pay attention, you will catch the new wave before it moves on. This urgency is not asking you to act, only to notice. Awareness is the answer. The moment you become aware, you have already said yes to the universe. You have already spoken, I am ready. You do not need to understand, only to listen, because once you listen, the next steps unfold effortlessly. Within the energy of urgency lies a paradox. The calmer you are, the clearer you hear it. Panic silences the signal, but stillness amplifies it. Let stillness guide you, for stillness is the language of the quantum field. When you stop controlling, you become the perfect receiver for what is being transmitted. The urgency you feel now is the result of perfect synchronization. Your energy has reached readiness, and the universe is responding the same way two instruments hum in harmony when tuned to the same note. It is an activation point, a reminder that all elements have aligned, that there is no reason to delay any longer. Once you reach this vibration, reality begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Opportunities, people, and ideas start moving towards you in ways the mind cannot explain. You do not need to chase, you only need to stay in sync. And the first way to maintain that alignment is to stop running from the feeling of urgency. Many fear it because they mistake it for warning, but it is the energy of creation. When something new is about to be born, the whole system trembles. The ground shakes before spring. The sky darkens before dawn. Urgency is the trembling between waves, the minute before light breaks. You cannot avoid it, and you do not need to. Simply understand that you are being tuned to match a higher frequency. The most important thing in that energy is not to resist. Any effort to control, to explain, or to suppress will distort the signal. Let your body become an open field. Breathe slowly, observe, and feel every subtle shift. Do not rush to give. Meaning for meaning appears when stillness deepens. Urgency is the universe's invitation to stop searching and start being. You do not have to chase signs, you only have to recognize that the sign is already here. In this moment, you might feel your heartbeat quicken, a light current through your chest, or a density in the air. Do not fear it. It is information traveling directly from the quantum field into your nervous system. You are being updated. The old programs are fading and the new codes are installing. Let it happen naturally. When urgency rises, do not try to calm it with reason. Observe it like a wave, knowing it does not come to destroy but to open. It is the sign that you have reached the bend in the river, where the current shifts and carves a new path. If you resist, you spin in circles. If you surrender, the flow carries you exactly where you need to go. Every urgency carries a question that only you can answer, the question of whether you are ready to step into the reality that has been waiting for you. You do not have to say yes out loud. Staying is already a yes. Every second you remain present is a commitment to your own evolution. Every breath you dedicate to this moment is a promise to your soul. When you stay in this energy, reality begins to rearrange itself to match your choice. Delays dissolve, closed doors open, people you thought were gone return, and paths you thought were impossible become clear. The universe responds to readiness faster than any action you can take. Every shift begins with energy, and your energy has just spoken. Urgency is the announcement that the time is ripe, that there is nothing left to prepare. You are already enough. You do not need more proof. When the soul has sent the signal, everything external becomes only reflection. From this moment, let urgency become your compass. Do not fear it. Each time your heart beats faster without reason, remember that it means you are aligned. Trust your energy, for it is the most accurate map you will ever have. Urgency never comes when you are lost, it comes when you are about to arrive. So breathe, stay still, and let it guide you. This is the first pulse of restructuring, the beginning of a new timeline forming around you. And if you are present enough, you will realize it is not pressure, it is the greeting of your future. Every time you feel a part of you wanting to leave, wanting to turn off the video, wanting to return to what feels familiar, understand that it is not boredom, it is self-defense from the old self. That self was programmed to protect stability, to maintain safe loops even when they stopped your growth. It is not bad, it is simply afraid because it knows that once you truly cross over, it will no longer be in control. The moment you see that you are already standing on the bridge between two realities, one built from everything you once knew and the other calling you forward, the urge to escape, to distract yourself, to avoid the process is the final gate of the old world. The universe is not stopping you, it is you testing yourself, asking whether you are steady enough to continue. Resistance appears in many forms, sometimes as fatigue, sometimes as logic disguised as reason, sometimes as a quiet voice telling you this is all too abstract. But each time you stop to observe, instead of believing that voice, you break another link in the chain of old programming. Transformation never happens in noise. It unfolds in silence, in the small moments when you choose presence over avoidance. On an energetic level, this is the moment when the old frequency field begins to dissolve, making space for the new one to form. When you stay even 1 second longer, when you refuse to run from discomfort, a subtle door opens inside your awareness. Your body will sense it first, a small lightness, a deeper breath, or a faint warmth spreading along your spine. That is the sign that you are crossing the threshold, moving across the bridge. Many never make it past this point because they mistake discomfort for misalignment, but it is the opposite. When new energy meets, old friction is natural. Like two rivers meeting, they create turbulence before they merge. The confusion, the conflict, the unease are signs that two frequencies are blending. If you remain calm, the flow soon stabilizes. In the quantum path, stability does not come from avoiding change, it comes from standing still within it. That is why souls who have walked far in this process radiate a strange peace. They do not avoid the waves, they have learned to breathe inside them. You are being invited to do the same. Each time you want to walk away, remember that the moment you most want to escape is the moment right before the breakthrough. The old energy will do anything to pull you back because it survives through repetition. It will whisper that you are not ready, that you need to understand more, that maybe next time. But there is no next time better than now. Time is only a structure of the mind. Change happens the instant you become fully present. When you stop running, the new energy can finally integrate and you cross into a different stream of reality. This bridge does not exist in space, it exists in perception. You do not move your body to cross, you shift your vision. The moment you choose awareness, the bridge appears, and if you trust it, it carries you. Everything in the universe works by resonance. Whatever frequency you maintain is the reality you receive. When you remain aware, you emit a signal that resonates with your expanded future. That signal begins attracting matching people, chances, and possibilities. This is how the quantum bridge works, not through sudden action, but through the stability of your frequency. When you can stay calm within resistance, your energy sends the message that you are mature enough to receive the new flow. The new frequency can only merge with one who is no longer afraid of losing the old. So let the old fall away. Do not cling to safety nets, definitions, or beliefs that once helped you survive. They are not wrong. They are simply complete. Like a step on a ladder, once you climb higher, you do not need the one below. Be grateful for it, then continue upward. You will notice that the more you release, the lighter your energy becomes. Your body feels wider, your mind clearer, and and things that once seemed complex become transparent. That is how you know you are reaching the other side of the bridge. No longer ruled by old reactions, you begin to navigate through awareness. Every thought, every emotion now carries intention because you choose them consciously. And when you choose consciously, you start living as the creator, not the reactor. This is the turning point of the journey. When you stop being led and begin directing your own energy, reality starts to respond to you. The loop's end expansion begins. But this only happens once you cross the bridge, when you allow yourself to stay long enough inside resistance for it to melt. Resistance is always the final door. It asks if you truly believe in what you are moving toward. If you do, you will not need proof, only faith to keep walking. Trust in the quantum sense is not hope, it is certainty. When you are certain, you need no reason. You simply exist in presence, and the energy aligns itself with you. Everything that once made you uneasy begins to fall away, not because it disappears, but because it no longer resonates. Your frequency has changed, and reality always mirrors it perfectly. That is a law that never fails. Many people wonder why they cannot escape stagnation, why the same problems repeat. The answer is simple: they never crossed the bridge. They stopped in the middle, where resistance is strongest, where the old and new collide. They thought discomfort meant wrong direction, so they turned back. But if they had stayed just a little longer, everything would have shifted. Do not repeat that mistake. When you feel like turning back, smile. That is how you know you are close to breakthrough. Each time you move through resistance, you strengthen your ability to remain steady in higher energy. And eventually resistance dissolves completely because it has no reason left to exist. Then you will feel a peace you have never known, not the peace of no storms, but the peace of becoming the storm itself. Nothing can shake the one who knows that every resistance is a self-created test. The bridge stops being a temporary path and becomes part of you, a structure you carry into every transformation ahead. Because the truth is, each time you cross resistance, you are not just stepping into a new reality, you are expanding the very essence of your soul. Every opportunity in the universe is programmed to appear at the exact moment you are still enough to notice it. Never early, never late, only precise alignment. But the paradox is that most people never recognize it because they search for opportunity with their eyes instead of their energy. They want to see before they believe, understand, before they move, control, before they allow. Yet in the quantum world, reality does not obey that logic. You do not see to believe, you believe to see. Alignment is not born from effort, but from resonance between mind, emotion, and energy. When these three harmonize, the current of opportunity begins to flow light and effortless like water. You do not need to chase it, you only need to be quiet enough to hear it. Every event, person, or idea you encounter is a direct reflection from the quantum field, mirroring the energy you carry. If confusion lives within you, the universe reflects crossroads. If clarity lives within you, every door opens at once. The outer world does not dictate your rhythm, you program the world to mirror yours. Alignment is the art of recognizing this law and letting it work rather than trying to fix it. When you step into the frequency of clarity, everything starts to organize itself. You will see precise signs, subtle yet undeniable, a random conversation bringing the missing answer, an article appearing at the right second, an old friend returning as if on a mission. These are not coincidences, they are the byproduct of coherence, the natural outcome when you stop forcing reality and begin flowing with it. The essence of alignment lies not in doing, but in being. When the mind is at peace, energy stabilizes itself. When you stop panicking, reality softens. When you stop searching, what you need finds you. The universe does not respond to those who beg, it responds to those who resonate. Resonance cannot be faked, it only happens when you are fully present. Imagine your energy as a radio wave, every emotion a broadcast. When you doubt, you sense static and the field cannot mirror you clearly. But when you are calm, your signal becomes pure and the universe hears you with perfect precision. That is when magic begins to take shape. Alignment is not a result of knowledge, but of state. You can read thousands of books yet if your mind is noisy, your signal stays distorted, but a single conscious breath can return you to the right frequency. When your mind grows silent, the field hears you 1,000 times clearer. Opportunities are never out of reach. It is only your mind that is too loud to perceive them. When the outer world begins to slow down, when time itself feels stretched, that is the sign you have entered synchronization. In that space, you do not push, you pay attention. Alignment demands not strength, but subtlety. It is observation without attachment, the ability to see that everything arrives and leaves with purpose. When you stop labeling things as good or bad and start reading them as energetic feedback, you become the navigator of the flow, and the flow always leads you home. Pay attention to your body because it always knows before the mind does. When your energy feels heavy, when the chest tightens or breath shortens, that is a signal that you are drifting away from alignment. Do not fight it, just return to presence. A single deep breath, a moment of stillness is enough to restore your system. In presence, all noise disappears and the quantum field begins transmitting clear guidance again. Clarity is never found in thought, it is found in silence. And in that silence, you begin to see that everything is happening for you, not to you. Every situation, even the smallest one, carries data for alignment. When you learn this language, you stop struggling against the universe and start collaborating with it. Reality ceases to be something you control and becomes something that moves with you. It feels like you stop swimming upstream and start letting the current carry you. The water never blocked you, you just forgot how to let go. And when you let go, it carries you effortlessly. That is the true nature of energy. When you are in the right frequency, nothing needs to be forced. Everything fits naturally. Opportunities appear, gently words reach the right ears, actions unfold at the perfect time. The universe has always worked in flawless order, only human perception makes it seem chaotic. Each time you feel the urge to force, to push, to strain for an outcome, recognize that you are out of alignment, because where there is excessive effort, there is a lack of trust, and trust is the foundation of coherence. Let faith become your natural breath, not something you try to create, but something you return to. Faith is not believing in an outcome. It is knowing that whatever comes is part of the perfect process. When you live from that truth, you open the gate for the universe to work with speed, precision, and grace. And the universe does not operate through reason, it operates through permission. When you allow energy flows through you and everything you need arrives in perfect sequence, this is why aligned souls always seem so natural. They are not trying to perform, they are simply being, and that is enough for life to flow through them. Their power lives in their ease, in their unshakable trust, in the rhythm of existence. And that is what you are learning now. When you begin to realize that every sign, every coincidence, every gentle pull is guidance, confusion dissolves, you begin to feel a silent but exact direction flowing from within. It does not come from the world outside, it comes from the connection between you and the quantum field. As that connection strengthens, you stop seeking opportunity and become opportunity itself. Your energy emits a frequency of magnetism, and reality responds with matching forms. This is the mechanism of miracles. They are not luck, they are alignment. And alignment is never about action, it is about state. Everything you desire already exists within the quantum field, waiting only for you to tune in. When you reach that state, limits dissolve and randomness becomes order. You begin to understand there is nothing to chase, nothing to prove. You simply maintain clarity, and the universe handles the rest. When the mind is calm, reality aligns. When you trust, the path opens. And when you are present, the current of the universe no longer flows around you, but through you, turning you into the bridge between consciousness and matter. That is the state of complete alignment, when you no longer stand apart from the flow, but become the flow itself. There comes a moment in every journey when everything grows quiet, when you no longer feel the need to prove, to chase, or to seek for more. It is the moment of sealing, when your energy has fully matched the frequency you once only dreamed of. It is no longer the journey of finding, it is the state of having found. The universe follows a subtle law. It does not respond to desire, it responds to decision. The moment you choose, truly choose, without leaving a trace of doubt, everything in the quantum field rearranges to reflect that choice. You never need to plead or persuade the universe, for it has no will of its own. It is only a mirror reflecting your vibration with perfect honesty. When you decide you are ready to live as your highest self, you emit a signal so clear that all other possibilities retreat. Only the path matching that certainty remains. To seal the timeline is to stop asking and start declaring, to stop seeking and start being, to stop wavering between belief and fear, and to stand firm in knowing that you already are, not that you will become. Knowing that you do not need to hold on, because what belongs to you cannot leave. Knowing that clarity is stronger than fear. From this moment, every vibration within you becomes an instruction to the quantum field, and every instruction is answered by a matching reality. You no longer need to prove, because reality proves for you. When you reach this level of energy, you realize that what you once called waiting was simply alignment. The universe never delayed you, it waited for you to become clear. When your frequency was mixed with belief and fear, with desire and doubt, the signal was weak and the reflection blurry. But once your energy becomes consistent, the universe has no choice but to respond instantly. Every possibility already exists, but only one activates the one you are most consistent with. This is the power of energetic declaration. When you speak from full presence, every cell in your body transmits the same message. That signal moves straight into the quantum field where time does not exist. So the result does not come later, it comes parallel. You are not waiting for reality to change. You are stepping into the version where reality already has. Every ritual, every technique is only a path leading to this moment, but this moment is the real initiation. This is the shift from student to master, from observer to creator. When you declare that your timeline is sealed, you are commanding reality that from now on, everything can only move according to the new frequency. There is no way back, for the universe cannot mirror two opposing vibrations at once. Once sealed, every sign, person, and opportunity aligns only with the new field. You will notice that what once attracted you now feels empty. Relationships that once mattered fade. Desires that once burned lose their pull. Do not fear this. It is proof that the new timeline is stabilizing. When a higher frequency activates, all that cannot resonate dissolves. This may feel like emptiness, but it is sacred space, the clearing where new energy anchors. You are not losing, you are being renewed. Remember, in the quantum world, emptiness is not lack, it is replenishment. Each time you enter this silence, you strengthen the seal, affirming that you no longer need outer evidence to sustain your faith. You know that inner certainty is the strongest gravitational force in existence, and that certainty pulls everything you need without pursuit. This is the time to make declarations, not with words, but with energy. When you say, I am ready, let your body, mind, and soul move as one pulse. Do not speak from wanting, speak from being. Do not say, I will become, say, I am. Every cell will respond, every heartbeat will adjust, every current of energy will harmonize. When everything within you agrees, the universe cannot help but agree. That is law. From here, your new reality begins to take clear form. No longer subtle coincidences, but precise confirmations. You will see synchronicities too exact to ignore perfect timing people, appearing as answers, decisions that seem random, yet led flawlessly forward. These are reflections of the field responding to your sealed frequency, and the wonder is you do not need to do anything but maintain clarity. When you stand steady in this energy, no doubt can penetrate. Any fear that arises is only an echo from the old timeline. Observe it, thank it, and let it pass. Resistance only extends its life. Each time you return to peace, you reinforce the seal. Faith is not effort, it is a state. The state of knowing that everything is completed at the energetic level before it manifests in form. When you truly understand this, you no longer pray for what is coming, you give thanks for what already is.